Hello, everybody. It's operator air time. I'm telling you, I'm having a day. Pouring me some soda because, good Lord, I should be drinking wine. So I put in the chat that I was having camera issues. Yeah, when you unplug your camera, you're going to have issues. Oops. How's everybody doing this Friday? I'm glad to be here with you all. I uploaded stuff from my phone to my computer today. So I'm not organized, but at least I have things that I want to talk about. So that is a good thing. We're just going to blow everything up here so I can see them. So, oh my goodness, I got way too much in this file. How's everybody's Friday? How y'all doing after yesterday? Hiya, Watha, how are you? Jean, glad to see you. Hello, just Deb. Deborah Edwards, nice to see ya. Andrea, I swear there's some blonde in this hair. For me, yeah, I'll admit it. I have my moments. Hello, Heather. Facebook user. I gotta bring Facebook up so I can see who you are. We got Mimi of 6. How are you? Facebook says, hi, Marv. There we go. Hi, ladies. How are you? Now I can see who you are. Roxy, nice to see you. Judy from Charleston, South Carolina. Nice to see you too. My week was kind of rough. I won't lie. They're going by so fast, and with these headaches, don't know what's up with that. For Tabby and Drake. Love it. Good evening. Kelly, Sandy, how are you? Renee, how are you? Woohoo, got some people on Facebook. Love it. Love it. Freckled Joy, nice to see ya. Renee, I honestly thought the workday was never going to end today. It seemed like time was going so slow. Some Fridays go by really fast, others go by really slow. Oh, that's kind of neat. On Facebook, it automatically gives subtitles of what I'm saying. That is really cool. It's me, Queen of Ossian. Nice to see ya. Oh, that is so cool. I love it. Love it, love it. So I'm going through my album here, my folder, and I come across, I'm going to present here, share screen. Ha! There they are. So this one back here, this is Piper. She's the middle sister. That's my dog. This here is Raven. She's the oldest sister. And then you got Riley back here. So my sister-in-law owns Raven and Riley. And we have Piper, and they're all sisters. So they get together at our house and at their house and have a good old time. So I thought I'd just share that with you real quick because I like that picture. I do have to say, when we have the 3 dogs together, it's very slobbery here. All right. Want to see another funny picture? I'll tell you what the caption is. This was my last trip to Indiana, and Andrea will know what I'm talking about. So Andrea's mom's house is right next to the house that we stay in. And I went over to get something, and I texted them, and I said, we have a friend visiting. That was the friend. And then I'm like, please come get it out. It's just a tiny little mouse, but I don't like mice. I'm like, come and get it. Somebody come and get it. So, yeah, a mouse. So you all can laugh at me. Yes, I freak out over mice. I am looking for some specific pictures for tonight. Okay. I scream when I see mice. Yeah. You should see me in the garage. We don't have mice. We have moles. Because we live in a farmland, and we have these ugly moles. And I am like jumping up on tables and chairs, and I can't help it. Yeah, I can see the internet's going to be a pain tonight. Let's see here. This is a picture I took on one of our walks at the trails when we actually could have a memorial there. I'm sad that they won't let us put it back up. We took everything down. I know who that is. I'm pretty sure that is the back of Frank Meister and Art, Vid Inquiry's husband. I love them. They're so good. Such good people. So I'm going to blow this one up. And I'll move it up and down for you all. But as you can see, the creek is here. We are all standing in the general area. Actually, it's behind us where the girls were found. And this is falls, so leaves are falling and everything. But yeah, I've been there a few times now. And this is just another picture that I took of the area. Now you got to remember, I've been on both sides of the creek. I've been on the north side, on Ron Logan's side, and I've also been on the south side, which is Red Rubber side now. What else do we have here? This is, okay, I don't want to zoom this in too far. You can just barely, this is looking up, going up toward the cemetery. So you can just barely see how steep this hill is. But it's very steep. It may not look like it now, but when you try to walk it, look out. Yeah. That's a picture of Frank taking a break. And once again, you can kind of see up here, so you can kind of see the slope of these hills. They are treacherous. Hey, see-through, how are you? Now, this is a picture. A lot of people have talked about the orange dots on the trees. Last year, when we all went out there, Hoosier Cold Cases here and Frank had coordinates and a compass. And they used that to get the locations of the coordinates. And we put spray paint, orange spray paint, on the tree where they said they found the girls, which was off. And then on the tree where they said Ron Logan's phone pinged. So this is another picture of the area of the crime scene. And this is us walking through there. It's very pretty. But you see how the trees are? See how bare they are? This is fall, but this is how it is in the springtime when this all happened too. And I don't remember if it was digital or see-through that asked me if anybody had pictures of what it looked like, the trees. But this is what it would have looked like. Now, when things start to grow up, you can't see any of this. It's covered. Totally covered. Okay, chat is not going. Am I frozen or can everybody see me and hear me? Oh, you wanted shiny things see-through. Okay. Well, I know somebody was asking about what it looks like out there during that time, and this is exactly what it is. I have got all kinds of pictures, snippets, documents. I want this picture here for later. I don't think it would be too hard for a bullet to get buried under them. especially if it was already under the leaves and as people are walking around they didn't see it and trampled it. Okay, we're going to save that one. Where is the next one? That one I'm going to need. I'm looking for one specific picture. Oh, I want to show you these. These were given to me when I was in so you know how the Delphi girls, or not the Delphi girls, the Flora girls got new headstones? Here are some pictures of their new headstones. So there's Kiana. Curel. Kiani. Oh, that's Kiani. I do have the other one. But that's what their headstones look like. There is one particular picture of Bridge Guy that I am looking for. All right. I have to stop sharing. Present, share screen. Oh. All right, this one may not have any sound. But this is a great way how the woods look that time of year. And I know my movie player here is not being nice and not showing it really well, but I have that. I think somebody sent that to me. Like I said, I have a lot of stuff in here. I'm trying to get back. It's going to be at the bottom. Why are my screen? Okay, now they're showing up. So just bear with me here for a minute. Crime scene full. Oh, come on. Okay. Stop it. This is one of the best enhancements for BG that I've seen. That is not Richard Allen, in my opinion. That is also not Ron Logan, in my opinion. Everybody says that, Deborah. Everybody that I talk to says that looks like Tobe. I don't think it's Tobe either. I think that man is unidentified yet. Yeah, it does. It definitely looks like Tobe. I've had that suspicion too. But I don't think it's him. After studying this, I don't think it's him either. I don't think we found this man. That's just my opinion. Now, has anybody heard the story of the girls out on the trail on February 30th? Where a man walked up to one of the girls and says, "Hey, can you give me some money?" And she says, "I'm broke." And he goes, "Oh, bull, you know what?" And tried to get closer to her, and she actually pushed him away. And then he stopped following him. I want to know who that man is. February 30th. Absolutely. There was a report that on February 30th, some girls were at the trail, and a man was sitting on the bench and saw them coming and asked the one girl for some money. She told him she was broke. And he said, "Bullshit." And or was it the 29th? I don't remember. It's at the end of the month in February. I know that. And he said, BS. And she's like, no, I swear, I'm broke. And he started following him. And yeah, sees through. I was just talking about the guy who said he saw BG a week before the murders asking for money. This is an actual story. Yeah, probably the 28th. See-through says, I read it was a guy and it was before the murders, but swore he looked like BG. I have to go back and find the article. There was an article in the paper about it. Might have been January 30th beforehand. And I just assumed it was February 30th. Have another blonde moment. So, yeah, I don't think Alan would have been out there begging either. No. Dave, a lot of people have been saying that. This is the best enhanced picture I have seen of BG. That is not Richard Allen. And that is not Ron Logan, in my opinion. So who is that man? Now, I know a lot of stuff's been going on recently. And I've always said I cannot take Ron Logan off of my POI list. Here's why. It's not Ron Logan on the bridge, but I've always said there's a reason why he wanted an alibi at that time, and there's a reason why his phone coordinates are out at that site for 2 hours at night. What if he's the one that did the sticks? What do you mean by see through it? Yeah. You think the mustache is Tobe? So now where's the other picture? No, don't change on me. There you go. Got them both side by side. Hey, Vid Inquiries. Thank you. I got your message. I just haven't had a chance to respond. I don't know who enhanced the picture. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Yeah, he was very overdressed for the weather. I seen glasses, a mustache, and Tobe. I can see here what is here. mustache, the shape of the nose, the shape of the face. That shape is not Richard Allen, and it is not Ron Logan. So, who is it? I don't think it's him either. Yeah, I mean, so many people are close, but no cigar. I just don't see it. Flannel shirt guy is Dave McCain. That is exactly what I thought. When I see this, that reminds me of a fake mustache. It absolutely does. Yeah. No, it doesn't. To me, that guy is still unidentified. Yes, a lot of people think it's him, and I don't see it. The eyes are different, the nose is different. And if you're going to go by a picture of Richard Allen, you have to go by the one that they're showing here now, because that's what he looked like, not what he's looked like after and now. This picture is what we would have to go by. You think the nose is spot on? All right. Okay, I see what happened. I just seen Ivy, are you following me? Laughing out loud. And then I looked up and she said, just got here. What did I miss? I guess I'll be the only person that believes that RA is guilty. I didn't say he wasn't guilty, but I just said I don't believe he's the man on the bridge. So Deborah says she does think it looks like him. Christy says it's not Richard. Mike says never thought it looked like Richard. Sees through says it's certainly not Elvis either. C4P, definitely not RA. I don't know who had enhanced it. Okay. Going back down. Vid says she does see RA in that pic. Nope, I don't. Wait. Why do I have no name jumping out at me for TA? Now, do I think Ron Logan's guilty of something that had to do with this, whether it's the cover-up? Absolutely. Otherwise, why would you be down there for 2 hours and need an alibi? Do I think Richard Allen had something to do with it? Yep. I do. But I don't think he was BG. Yeah. He might not be the guy on the bridge, but he might have had something to do with it. Yep. It's a mystery. It is still a mystery as to who this man is, in my opinion. I don't see TK either. That's true. That's what I'm trying to figure out. How did Betsy see a young guy? How did Betsy see a car that looked like her dad's old car and not a black compact? I don't know. Oh, you're right. There have been. That's why it's so frustrating. This pick and sketch does look like RE, but the other sketch doesn't, and they're supposed to be one and the same. Interesting. I don't know what she didn't. The McKeans were both out there. There was another guy arguing with his girlfriend out there. Yep. So this one, yeah. And that's why I keep saying we've got to wait. Now we're going to have to wait longer for this trial. Wow. So Mike LVL says, I heard in a recent news, experts are saying there are more than one criminal. I've been saying that since I got involved in this case. In my opinion, after hours and hours of watching that BG video, it does look like two different faces. Yeah. And I do not see, that's just me, you guys. I have studied this and studied this, both of them. The one on the left, the one on the right. And that's why I say I do not think that this man has been identified yet. Yeah. Richard Allen's got to be, this would drive me to insanity if I was him. It really would. It really would. All I know is that this picture on the left that I had on the left came off of a live stream from Zav Girl. But I can also take areas, points of areas on this face and put it on the blurry one. So, but that's my opinion. That's just how I see it right now. Is that LG's eye? I can't see, from either picture, I can't see anything really with the eyes. It's all from the nose down. You think he looks like Ben Mears? I just don't believe there are enough pixels to get any sort of face. Certainly could not put a man in prison. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Wonder which direction RL left his property. So I kind of got lost last time and came through that way of where, over by the gas station and where RL or RA lives. And then got myself turned around and ended up back in town. So one of these days I got to actually drive through there. Find out how you would get from over there, if there's back roads where you could get to the trail and to the building that he's supposedly parked at. Yeah, but this one is not this one's not the sketch. This one is that's the actual photo of BG on the bridge. I don't believe whatever is around his waist isn't brown leather. Check the timeline. The amount of work for one man is unbelievable. Yeah. That answers all I need to know now. I used to be subbed to Zav Girl channel, but I left long before the autopsy postings. Oh. But I don't know where she got it either. I do not see glasses. Well, I know if Disney and NASA can't clean it up, nobody can clean it up. I was wondering the same thing, David. Why, when you're rolling and you're creating reasonable doubt for your client, are both of you going to withdraw? I could see Rossi staying on. It was Baldwin was the one in most of the hot water. Where to go? Look at, nope, I just lost it again. Look at the right eye on the pic on the left. So this eye. Does look like glasses. I don't see it. Some kind of knife or gun holster. If you freeze the video when Abby's arm enters the frame, you can see the color of the holster. Ooh, I got another picture. Hang on. I got this today. I have to download it. This is the closest I've seen to the original picture of BG, completely unable to tell any facial features on there. But this is what people are stating is what one of the girls' arms were. So people are saying, oh, you guys are talking about if it's a pouch or what kind of pouch it is. Okay. Wonder if the same feller that released the CS photos also released those 136 pages and caused more troubles. No, not necessarily. That 136 pages came from the defense team, that's for sure. And then So are these, someone was mentioning the sanctions document or whatever it is. So this one is talking about any issues or concerns regarding representation should be focused on the Sixth Amendment and Article 1, Section 13, rights of the accused. Continuity of counsel is critical for adequate representation. Article 1, Section 12 of the Indiana Constitution must also be given consideration. Mr. Allen has developed a strong and trusting bond with Mr. Baldwin. Disqualification of either of his court-appointed attorneys would greatly prejudice his right to counsel and a timely trial. Then they cite a case here. Sixth Amendment guarantees that in all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall have the assistance of counsel for his defense. The right to counsel of choice has been described as an essential component of the Sixth Amendment right to counsel. The authority to remove appointed counsel is limited and has resulted in reversals in other jurisdictions. See McKinnon versus State. Comes now David R. Hennessy and enters a temporary and limited appearance for Andrew J. Baldwin, appointed counsel for defense. Number 2, attorney information for services are required by Trial Rule 3-1. Representation on an issue that may involve disqualification or sanctions. Undersigned counsel is cognizant of the court's concerns regarding public disclosures and pledges compliance. And then Angela had put out 3 things filed this morning in the Richard Allen case before today's hearing, where one topic of discussion will be the leaked crime scene photos of Abby Williams and Liberty German. An affidavit filed by Richard Allen. It is under seal. A limited appearance on behalf of Richard Allen's attorney, Andrew Baldwin. David R. Hennessy will be representing Baldwin. Memo regarding possible disqualification of sanctions. This one has meat to it. I lost it. Some quotes from it. Mr. Allen has developed a strong and trusting bond with Mr. Baldwin. Disqualification of counsel is an extreme remedy for an alleged or perceived violation of court order. Attorney Baldwin did nothing wrong. He was snookered and abused. The issue before the court is a horrible tragedy created by persons not related to the defense of Mr. Allen. There were 3 disseminators, one of which committed suicide after the law enforcement, and or others not at all linked to the defense team. Mr. Baldwin is a trusted friend who respects his office space. He was betrayed. And then it says, got the full thing up here. Where is it? At least I thought I did. So there's all kinds of things This was something that I put out today.
4 o'clock as Richard Allen's lawyers step down, removing themselves from the Delphi Murders case.
That announcement came out in just the last 2 hours as cameras were rolling in the courtroom. So let's get right out to Bob Siegel. He's been at the Allen County Courthouse all day. Bob, fill us in.
Felicia and Dustin, just stunning developments here in Allen County. The entire trial in the Delphi Murders case right now is essentially on hold because, as you mentioned, the defendant's attorneys have both stepped down from this case. The most telling moment that happened in today's short hearing happened before the hearing even started. What I can share with you is that the defense attorney, Brad Rosie, he walked into the courtroom. He approached Richard Allen's wife and mother in the gallery, whispered something to them, and then they all left the courtroom together. We would not see them again for the rest of the afternoon. Moments later, we understood what that was foreshadowing. The judge started the hearing and she made a surprise announcement.
We've had an unexpected turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. Earlier this afternoon, the defense attorneys have withdrawn their representation of Mr. Allen. Mr. Baldwin made an oral motion to withdraw. I granted that oral motion to withdraw, and Mr. Rosie will be submitting a written motion to withdraw, I'm assuming within the next couple of days.
So again, now that both of the attorneys have stepped down in the case, what comes next? Well, new counsel is going to have to be appointed. The judge said that that will happen because Richard Allen's status, he is still considered indigent. All the evidence that was shared with the defense team, that is going to have to be returned to the state. There is a hearing coming up on October 31st to set a new trial date. Whether the trial is going to be delayed a matter of weeks or months is yet to be seen, but this will likely be a significant delay in the trial for Richard Allen. And for the time being, certainly the January 8th trial date, the trial that was set to begin early next year, that date is now going to be off the books. So I can tell you in the courtroom, State Police Superintendent, investigators were in the courtroom. As soon as this was announced, the state superintendent of police looked at me, gave a big sigh. This throws the entire proceedings right now really up in the air as far as what's going to happen next. So why did all of this happen? Well, Emily Longnecker is going to be coming up at 4:30. She's going to explain some documents that were filed in court this morning that really help us to understand why the defense attorney stepped down and why the judge in this case made this dramatic announcement. Dustin, Felicia?
Yeah, those documents certainly
set to be back in court at the end of the month.
Yeah, that after significant developments were mentioned. Attorneys are stepping down in the case, and the current January trial date will likely get pushed back. Richard Allen is accused of killing Abby Williams and Libby German in 2017. He wasn't able to appear during yesterday's hearing, and that is because he no longer has legal representation. Our cameras captured the moment Allen's family was led out of the courtroom. The move from Allen's attorneys comes after a reported leak of sensitive evidence related to the case from a friend with access to the office of defense attorney Andrew Baldwin. Now the judge is asking for a new public defender for Richard Allen. And we have been following this case from the very beginning. You can find that timeline and all of our coverage on WTHR.com/Delphi. The QR code on your screen will take you right to that page.
That was not the video I wanted. So that first video that we saw said at 4:30 so-and-so would be discussing why the attorney stepped down. And I'm having trouble finding it. But I think this one is exactly what we just watched. Yes, it is. So I'm confused. Oh, hang on a minute.
Thanks for inviting us in. It's now 5 o'clock.
Let me share this one.
Tonight, there are lots of questions surrounding the future of the Delphi Murders case.
In just the last 2.5 hours, the judge announced the defense attorneys are withdrawing their representation. Now, Richard Allen was expected to go on trial in January for the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German.
Well, without defense attorneys, the judge said today this trial isn't going to happen for some time. We've got comprehensive live team coverage for you tonight from Emily Longnecker and Bob Siegel. They've been at the Allen County Courthouse in Fort Wayne all day.
They join us live now with a look at what they may have learned and what's next for the case that's had Central Indiana's attention for 6.5 years now, guys.
Felicia and Scott, what a shock at the Allen County Courthouse today. The Delphi Murders trial scheduled for January, now on hold because defendant Richard Allen has no defense counsel. That announcement came today from Judge Francis Gall in an announcement that even seemed to take her by surprise.
We've had an unexpected turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. Earlier this afternoon, the defense attorneys have withdrawn their representation of Mr. Allen. Mr. Baldwin made an oral motion to withdraw. I granted that oral motion to withdraw, and Mr. Rosie will be submitting a written motion to withdraw, I'm assuming within the next couple of days. They have confirmed with the court that Mr. Allen's financial situation remains static, meaning he is continuing to be entitled to appointed counsel. I will reach out to public defenders to make that appointment. As Mr. Allen is now without counsel, I've ordered him transported back to the Department of Correction.
Richard Allen was in the courthouse today, but we did not see him. As you just heard, the judge ordered him returned to the Westville Correctional Facility because without any attorneys here to help represent him, she thought there was no need for him to actually appear in the courtroom. So, what's next? Well, Richard Allen will be appointed new attorneys. That will be hopefully announced here in the next couple of weeks. All evidence was ordered to be returned to the state from his former defense attorneys. And we know there will be an October 31st hearing to discuss next steps. We believe that will include setting a new trial date. The judge said that the trial that is currently scheduled for January 8th to begin then, that is not going to happen. So also today, the families of murder victims Abby Williams and Libby German, they were inside the courtroom. My colleague, Emily Longnecker, was outside court as they exited. Emily, what did you see?
Well, Bob, we wondered what everyone's reaction would be to this bombshell announcement, but we didn't hear from anyone as they left today. And remember, there is a gag order for all the parties involved in this case, the investigators, the counsel, and the family members, everyone. So no one would talk. And let's take a look at folks as they were leaving today. Take a look. That is Prosecutor Nick McClelland leaving, and he had nothing to say today as he left the courthouse. Libby German's grandparents were also here, Mike and Becky Patty. They also remained quiet as they left. Investigators said nothing as they left today. All of these folks arrived early and they left quickly. when the hearing was over. Now, we learned from defense filings this morning that there was some kind of leak out of Baldwin's office, not by staff, but by someone close to Baldwin who had access to his office space. And defense was concerned that this could possibly disqualify them. So they filed a memorandum this morning saying a disqualification would be an extreme remedy to take. And this filing seemed to indicate that they were fighting to stay on the case. Then this afternoon, that decision announced by Judge Gall that the defense attorneys for Richard Allen were quitting, were withdrawing. And Judge Gall saying today that Allen will likely be appointed a new counsel at that October 31st hearing, but also then indicating today that this trial was going to be delayed. And obviously that has got to be difficult for these families. They've waited 6.5 years.
So we'll have much more coming up on the hearing today, including how much money the defense counsel has been paid up to this point. Starting at this point moving forward, Richard Allen's defense will be starting back at square one as we move forward and wait to find out what happens next in the Delphi Murders case. Back to you.
All right, Bob Siegel. And
All right. Yikes. So we've heard all kinds of rumors about who the person was that leaked this information. We heard that he worked on the case. Now we're being told he didn't work on the case, but he was part of the team. Yikes. Oh my goodness. Someone please send Nick a gift certificate from Great Cuts. I'm sure since Baldwin had an attorney present with him, they were sure something was going to happen. Otherwise, he wouldn't have brought his own attorney. They were worried. And I know that they went in and talked to the judge before anything happened. So did the judge say maybe, I don't know. I know she's not going to tell us that, but maybe she's like, maybe you should withdraw or something like that. I don't know. Well, and you got to remember, they did leak. It's not the first time this has happened with this defense or Baldwin, because Baldwin is the one that supposedly sent Brandon Woodhouse the whole file. And in a high priority case like this, you cannot have leaks like this happening. I agree. I don't think he's been identified. And I agree with that too, because I heard he wasn't, the man that took his life was not the only one involved. There's at least 2 others. How did M have to share anything with Woodhouse when he got the whole complete file from Baldwin? He sent it to him supposedly by accident. I ain't saying any of them are great guys. I think there's people that are very frustrated, that think if they push out enough information and put enough pressure on the attorneys, law enforcement, that something will finally be done. Well, they don't realize that they're putting the case in danger by doing that out of their frustration. There's so many different rumors as to who it was, what it was, when it was. Well, they're saying it's not a staff member, but now other people are saying it is. It's just somebody that was not working on this case. So what is the truth? No, I did not. So let's take a poll here. How many of you think there will be a new attorney appointed by the 31st hearing? 1 if yes, 2 if no. And by answering 1 on yes, that means the attorney's actually going to accept it. We got some 1s coming in. We got some 2s coming in. Wow. More 1s coming in. Love it. They better have him appointed by now. 6th Amendment, you know. Yeah. Well, this is what I said the other night. They've got to have somebody who they can appoint that's fairly close. Because you can't appoint somebody in the southern half of Indiana and expect them to drive all that way every time they have to meet with Richard Allen. So, I'm assuming there are some other attorneys that are death penalty certified that can take this case. Now, will any of them turn it down? I don't know. That's going to be a big thing. But I'm hoping by the 31st, when they go to the next hearing, he will have an attorney. So, one thing I did think was I zoned right into that in that last interview. Did you catch it? They have to return all of the evidence and the discovery that they were given back to the prosecutor. Oh yeah, this could be a career-making case for someone. Yeah, exactly. But I think they're going to have to do something about this part of it. They're going to have to find someplace else to hold him other than a prison, because he's already been there for a year. It's not fair to somebody who has not been convicted to be sitting in a prison. So Miracle Heart says there's only 21 death penalty certified attorneys registered in Indiana. Wow. And yes, right now they have not done the death penalty, but they still have time to change their minds and put it in there and change the charge. The insanity within all these cases needs to stop. Yeah, I agree. Hey, Miracle Hearts 2, did you sneak in? Yep, she did. All right, so my question to all of you is, has everybody been able to read the documents now that came out since the 136 pages? If so, I won't read them on the live. But if you still want me to go through the 136 pages plus all the documents that came out after that, I will do that if you all want me to. But you have to let me know if you want to hear and see that. So let me know in the chat if that's something you're interested in. Because I'm sure a lot of people have covered it already. Nope, I stopped after finishing 136. Yeah. Okay. So maybe just do a quick recap instead of reading them all. That I can do. This is the problem, digital. So defense has to return all the evidence and all the discovery, yes. It takes Nick another year to get it to the new defense. Well, it shouldn't, because it's already on his computer, saved in the folders or whatever files. So he should just be able to take those and send it right on to the new defense attorneys. Right? So, all right. Now, not in the ones that came after the 136 pagers. It was just common stuff. So, all right, I will do that. And then on the next segment, do you want to see more screenshots or more pictures or videos or a combination of all three, or whatever I have is whatever I have? Yeah, maybe they should encrypt it. Here's hoping. So you tell me, what is it that you want to see on the next episode? You just got to let me know what you want on the next episode. Do you want pictures? Tons of screenshots that I've got about information on the case? A few videos? Or a combination of all of it? All right, let me see if I have anything on that. So combination, sure, he can help. Combo. Kelt, are you in my Discord? So a combo is better. That's what I was kind of thinking too, so you're not just kind of staring at the same things the whole time. So get a hold of me in Discord, Kelt. If you want me to show anything in specifically, I will. Otherwise, I'm going to start at the top and we'll just show you a combination of everything that I have. So, all right. That is going to be all for tonight. Don't be surprised. I'm home all weekend with my husband working and my kid going who knows where. So I'll probably be online and on YouTube. I've got a missing person to talk about, and I would really like to talk about the Natalie Holloway more, and still getting a little bit of information together for Crystal Rogers. So, oh, and we have to do the recreation for Tabby. So yeah, lots of things to show and do in this next week. So, all right. I will talk to you tomorrow, and keep a lookout for the next lives. I will get them out there. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.